Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is JazzMan back with yet another game of myself playing Forsaken Waste again, and SagePou playing also Forsaken Waste. And let's see, I just gotta orient myself here. So I'm on the right. Yeah, alright, so I'm on the right. Always nice and mirror match to know which side of the map you're on, so you don't try and drag and drop at your opponent's shrine. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Being able to just, you know, if you're in the same faction, you drop on your opponent's shrine and they drop on yours, and then the game is over in 5 minutes. But he's currently not doing anything. So, oh man, I should have came prepared with a story. Let's see, what has been going on in my life? Okay, there's a chroma extinguisher, so we don't actually have to regale you all with boring episodic stories about my life. We've got let's see, Crypt Guardian. Any acid champions? I do not. We'll just go with an executioner. That sounds like a good idea. He's pretty baller in 1v1s. Like even now, like I know he's an old champion and everything, but look at these awesome stats for a champion from like 2008. He really puts down the pain, like execute, rend, and he has an alternate attack too with throw axe. He's still a pretty good champion for 17 aura. The only problem is he doesn't really fit into any of Forsaken Waste's themes, but usually he probably just gets shoved out by something like Obsidian Venger. But this Pou's clearly playing witches, just judging by these deploys, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. I'll be pretty much permanently cursed all game. Wonderful. And top side here, we're just gonna drop a plane shift, because plane shift is very fast, and he can just teleport onto this scruffy guy here and fuck him up with ensnares and invasives and such. So he should be a good matchup up there. So we've got Executioner looming dangerously towards that extinguisher. He's going to get in the font, and if I know witches, I'm expecting some kind of dead zone voodoo shenanigans. I do have a relic that I could contest with, but of course he can just destroy it immediately. Do I want to risk just walking in there? Yeah, I think I'm gonna, because if I deploy the relic, then I won't be able to deploy anything substantial. I'm gonna bank on that he doesn't have dead zone voodoo. See, if I was a good player, I could have actually gone here and walked into the font in this square, and if even if he had dead zone voodoo, it would have knocked me into the wall. It would have done a bunch of damage, but at least I would have been in the font. So I'm just gonna walk in. Yep. So no dead zone voodoo, but I do get cursed. Nuisance. That's all cursed really is a nuisance on its own. But witches do have a lot of ability to take advantage of curse with their surge, with their revel in misery, forsaken exploit, things like that. So I'm gonna go with the dead fairy here. Yeah, we're gonna go dead fairy. I like getting some range down early. Distracting blows should make dealing with the extinguisher a lot easier. So, and if I do get a distracted on him, then I can do stuff like, you know, Mist of the Dead to contest. I can put out Elserai Shackles maybe if I draw it. So he's just gonna grab his font up here with Scruffy, and I'll get mine. And plane shift having teleport 2 is so nice. I can get over all this annoying water. I can threaten to contest, not the turn after next, but the turn after that. So he's gonna have to deploy something top to deal with it. He'll probably deploy something melee like an Elserin Witchblade, I think it's called. Who's actually the only male witch in theme, strangely enough. All the others are in fact female. I think actually no, that's a lie. Scruffy is very clearly male, but you never know what's under those robes. So we've got Inkblight Witch now coming down with Blind. Pretty good champion even outside of witches, I would say. She's got Shroud is really great utility versus range. And then, you know, she just puts out a ton of protection with Dead Magic Zone, Oblivion Shield, and then Blind for CC. So if she engages Executioner here, I don't think she wins that 1v1. That's not going to be very good for her. She might put down a Relic and then blow it up on top of me. But nah, she's just gonna amble around, wisely staying out of execute range. So I'm just gonna toss an axe in her direction. I think. Yeah, I could put down a banner first, but I'd rather deploy. We're gonna throw an axe at you, and then we'll get into the top font with our teleport. Juicy Nora for me. So we're gonna move Dead Fairy down as well. Can't attack with it yet, and I'm going to deploy... he has magic damage. Disturb Spirit, probably not a good idea. We'll go with the Tomb Raider's not good either. He has a Shroud. I really wish Fade Wisp still had precision, but since he does not, kind of have to... I'm actually gonna go with Death Guard. Why not? Just to keep Executioner a little safer. Of course, Forsaken Waste being Forsaken Waste, they will always have Soul Reave, Reaper's Blade, Soul Banes, basically loss of life to get around Bodyguard. So it's not the most reliable deploy in the world, but, you know, maybe make him burn a bit of extra Nora trying to get a kill. And Inkblight Witch still relatively out of range for her protection abilities. So barring anything else, I could get a nice execute hit off on that Chroma next turn and potentially get a kill with Soulbane. It'll be iffy. Depending on what he does here. He could just put down a Grimwell and completely screw me over. And meanwhile, still nothing going on up top. I'll just ignore that for now. Rip Witch coming down. Probably one of Witch's most terrifying champions to have to deal with. Deep Wounds on 6 range. That damage can stack up really fast, especially when they play the Witching Hour for Revel in Misery and stuff. Hunter Crippled, and then Sunder. So really nice self-synergistic abilities there. So Chroma Extinguisher sitting in that dead magic zone radius. Pulls the Shroud. And there's the War Banner up top. So I won't be able to just snipe the font for free. Although 1v1, Plane Shift definitely beats Scruffy. So we're just gonna... he has Ponderous Blows, right? No, he has Ponderous. He has Surge Cursed instead. I'm just gonna teleport up around here. And I'm gonna teleport... Or I'm gonna move this way. Because even from here, like, I can teleport over all this and get into his font. No problem. Meanwhile, he's sort of impaired by the water. And I think you're physical, aren't you? Elsarin Reaper looking like a potentially good deploy. But then there's Deathcaster, and I think... Well, I think I'm going to go with Reaper here. He has 2 magic units, but Reaper will help get around Oblivion Shield, as well as Shroud. And he can only really be hit once by Rip Witch. So we're going to go with Reaper. Now I could go in for an attack with Rend. I would be out of hit range from Rip. Now let's move Dead Fairy up first for a little distracting hit. There's 5 and Rabid. And Executioner's full now, but if Essence Drain comes out, he will almost certainly die. I think I want to keep Death Guard, or wait for Death Guard to get in range first. We're just going to move up 1, move Death Fairy back, or Dead Fairy, I should say. Make sure we're out of double hit range, and we'll put up Bodyguard. And we might as well put up Bodyguard now. I feel like he might try and move in for a kill. Somehow. He gets bold. So he could move in for the Curse with his AoE Dead Magic Zone, and then put down something like a Witch's Hourglass for Forsaken Exploit, allowing him to still get a double tap off with that Extinguisher. And if he does that, Executioner might be in trouble. So Bodyguard lasts quite a while. And yes, Elseri Sword Mage is what it's called. This is the champion I was talking about. I think it used to actually be called Witchblade. Or Elseri, Elseri Witchblade, But once witches became an actual theme, they changed the name to Sword Mage instead. Yeah, so Plane Shift, I feel like I can still contest. I mean, Plane Shift doesn't win that 1v2, but maybe I can get a kill on the banner, be annoying that way. And I do have evasive, so I can last for a decent amount of time up there. It is always my policy, if possible, to contest fonts, harass fonts, take Nora away from the opponent. You know, it's just generally a good thing to do. Like, even though Plane Shift will eventually die, the Nora he takes from that font, as well as killing the banner, will probably make it worth it in the end. And I mean, he's deployed a champion up here, rather than down here, which means I can maybe make a push in next turn. So I do have Reaper's Blade revealed now, so... yeah, Oblivion Shield will screw me there, but... I could still probably get an execute kill. He left himself in range of that. Let's deal with this top side first, though. We'll teleport. Teleport right over all this. Like so. And we'll just we'll walk into the font. There we go. And I could even put my own banner down up there just to be that extra bit annoying. I think I'm gonna want the banner anyway. So yeah. I could block his thing, but he has magic attack, so there's no point. I'm just gonna put banner here. Then we'll sort out this kill. Now, if I do go in for the kill on this, I'll be out of bodyguard range. Do I want to risk that? See, this is where a calculation would come in handy. I could get this kill. And we'll go in for it. Yeah. Let's just move in for an execute here. YOLO. So we're going to get an execute and some damage over time. And then, 9. Do I even need the Reaper's Blade? Yeah, I think I do. I'm just going to Reaper's Blade here. And that'll be a kill. Unfortunately, I do not get the globe, but taking out a champion this early is always a good idea. That decreases his potential options. He gets the globe, but he'll have to move out of the font in order to do it. And maybe he'll drop a relic, like the aforementioned Forsaken Hourglass, or Witch's Hourglass, rather. And then meanwhile, up top, I've got his font contested twice. Not once, but twice with the banner. And meanwhile, I'll just be plugging away at his banner, taking away that from him. And then down here, Executioner should be okay for this turn, as long as he doesn't Essence Drain it. He is going to hit the Plane Shift, actually, for quite a bit of damage. Surge Cursed. We're getting +5 from, yeah, he has plus a billion from, you know, all these buffs. But that's alright. Plane Shift is just there to be annoying. And once Reaper gets down here for avoiding Oblivion Shield and such, it should be sitting pretty. Reaper's Blade, of course, also avoiding Oblivion Shield. Soul Strike, very nice ability. I wonder if he'll miscount and think that I'm still in bodyguard range. There's no way he makes that mistake, right? I mean, come on. He's probably good enough not to do that. And oh, he actually puts the hourglass there. Okay, well, I was expecting the hourglass, but I kind of figured he'd either put it on the globe to prevent me from getting it, or put it in the font and then he gets the globe himself. So now, is that 3 HP? He'll have to use more, like a spell or something, to kill it. Otherwise, I just walk into bodyguard range and I live. What you gonna do, Poe? SagePou, right? Well, instead he's just gonna surrender. What? Alright, that's not really a move I was considering. I'm not even sure I was better, but I don't know. Could have been. But I guess that's the end of the game, so I'll see everyone in the next one.